This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
RTV6 is working for you tonight with a call to action. A night out for a birthday celebration in Broad Ripple ended in this big mess. A woman says her car is now totaled after a driver was caught on camera slamming into it and leaving the scene. Good evening. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is in Broad Ripple tonight, finding out what happened and the message the victim has for the hit-and-run driver.
On Wednesday night, a group of friends were out in Broad Ripple for a birthday.
Me and my friends met to have some birthday drinks and celebrate my birthday. We left at about 10:30.
Once the night was over, Chelsea Haraway left her car parked along Broad Ripple Avenue and got an Uber home.
At about 7 a.m. the next morning, my roommate gets a call from her boyfriend who takes this way home, says, "You guys need to go get Chelsea's car. It's on the sidewalk. I think someone hit it."
This is how she found her car, the driver's side with extensive damage.
The impact of the car put it up onto the sidewalk all the way up here, and it was about an inch away from hitting this on the right side.
What makes this situation even worse is this was Chelsea's new car. She's only had it for a few weeks, and now it's totaled.
It just hurts knowing that I tried to do the right thing and Uber home, yet someone else didn't, and they totaled my car.
Chelsea was able to track down surveillance video showing the crash.
It looked like something you'd see in a movie, as far as the car actually going up on its side, running into me, and then driving away.
Chelsea hopes someone will come forward and report the person who did this, but ultimately, she hopes the other driver learns a lesson from this situation.
I hope it was a wake-up call for him, because someone could have, it wasn't late. I mean, there's people on Broad Ripple Avenue until 3, 4 a.m., and this was 12:30. It could have easily been a person that they hit.
Working for you on the north side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Now, we pulled reports from IMPD's online records. Within the last 6 months, there have been at least 9 hit-and-run crashes in Broad Ripple and at least 11 reports of reckless vehicles. If you know anything about Chelsea's hit-and-run that happened on October 3rd around midnight, contact Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS.
Could it happen to you? A Central Indiana woman is free tonight after spending 4 nights in jail for a crime she did not commit.
Gut-wrenching and a lot of anger and a lot of disappointment.
Jacob Odell first shared his sister's story Friday at 11 on RTV6 after police arrested her. Kristen Parr says someone used her stolen ID to test drive a car in Greenfield. When the car was not returned, a warrant was issued for Parr's arrest, and she was taken into custody on Thursday. Because the county offices were closed on Friday for a festival, she was not able to see the judge until this morning. Odell is concerned this will happen again. The Greenfield police chief says he feels bad about the mix-up, but does not think officers could have done anything differently.
You feel like she's doing the right thing. She's answering the questions. She's going to talk to the right people. However, it still ended in the way it did.
I stand behind what my officers have done to this date, but I also feel like that I'm going to have a conversation with her and let her know our side of the story, and to help maybe let her better understand where we're coming from. It doesn't make it any better, it doesn't make it right, but I just feel like that I owe that to her.
All charges against Parr were dropped today after detectives were able to verify her identity was stolen. Police are still looking for the person who used Parr's ID to test drive the car. Anyone with info on the suspect is asked to call police at 317-477-4410. And if you have a problem and need help getting justice, reach out to us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Temperatures are falling. They'll be in the 40s when some of you leave for work or school in the morning. Kevin joins us now, helping you to prepare.
And what a day today. Tons of sunshine. We've got the clear sky tonight. That's the way it'll work. Clear overnight, sunny during the days. That's for the next several days. This light wind will let these temperatures drop into the mid-40s in some locations. It's 50. That's the temperature right now in Lafayette, 56 in Indy. Already in the 40s down in Bloomington. Lower 40s to the north first thing in the morning. Sunshine will come to the rescue, though, and start to boost these temperatures from low to mid 40s at the start of the day, all the way into the low 70s. Tomorrow, we'll rate it at about, an 8 to 9 out of 10. Could go higher, but you always have to save room for improvement, right? During the day tomorrow, by the time we get to noon and 1 o'clock, right around 70 degrees, lower 70s for your afternoon high.
We are working to learn more details after a car hit a child on the northeast side of Indianapolis this afternoon. It happened around 5 o'clock near East 38th Street and Sherman Drive. Police say the driver stayed on the scene and is cooperating with investigators. The child was taken to the hospital in serious condition.
A Central Indiana school district tells RTV6 it's reviewing its policies and procedures after accusations of lunch shaming.
My kids come home from school and they are like, Mom, you're not going to believe this. And
Shayna Lawson tells RTV6 her 2nd and 5th grade daughters came home crying from Harney Elementary School in Lebanon last week. Lawson says the girls were denied breakfast Thursday morning because she did not reload their accounts on time. She says her daughters were so embarrassed they did not want to go back to school.
They were crying, Mom, please just homeschool me, Mom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could. Just pull them aside and tell them, hey, you know, you need to bring money in instead of saying it in front of all the kids. You know, that's wrong.
Lebanon Community Schools says students cannot buy anything when there's no money in their accounts, but an alternate menu option is available. The district also says it notifies parents twice weekly about low account balances. When a balance goes negative, a letter is sent home explaining the process to apply for free or reduced price meals. Officials say they welcome assisting families with questions regarding food services and payment.
One person is in critical condition and one person is dead after a shooting at an apartment complex on the south side. Call 6 investigates. Sources say drugs may be at the center of this violence. Police found the victim near Southport Crossing Apartments around 4:30 this afternoon. No names have been released. Metro Police say they will eventually give an update after finding a person of interest connected to a homicide in Broad Ripple. Just before 5 o'clock this afternoon, detectives announced they located the woman in these pictures we're showing you about 4 hours after asking for the public's help to find her. 36-year-old Alfred Hayes Jr. was shot and killed near Connor's Pub last Thursday.
A 4th person has died after a plane that took off from central Indiana crashed in Michigan. One person is in critical condition, and the condition of a 2nd survivor is unknown. The plane went down while approaching the runway at Capital Region International Airport in Lansing on Thursday on a flight from Indianapolis South Greenwood Airport.
The United Auto Workers strike with General Motors continues, and talks are going in the wrong direction. The UAW sent a letter to leaders saying, quote, negotiations have taken a turn for the worse. More than 49,000 workers walked off their jobs on September 16th. Across Indiana, there are roughly 7,000 GM employees on strike.
Now to the impeachment inquiry against President Trump. House Democrats have issued 2 more subpoenas. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi reports this new development comes as a 2nd whistleblower has come forward with firsthand information regarding President Trump's phone call with Ukraine's leader.
Today, a major development in the impeachment inquiry against President Trump. House Democrats issuing a new pair of subpoenas, this time to the heads of the Defense Department and the Office of Management and Budget. In a letter, the House chairs requested information regarding the Trump administration's decision to delay military aid to Ukraine. Writing the documents are necessary, quote, to examine the sequence of these events and the reason behind the White House's decision. The request comes as a 2nd whistleblower has now emerged.
We are tremendously dependent on people of courage stepping forward.
The unnamed member of the intelligence community claims to have firsthand information about the president's efforts to push Ukraine to investigate his political rival Joe Biden and his son.
Well, the impeachment inquiry is a scam.
A request the president again made publicly just days ago, this time also calling on China to investigate Biden. Today, Ohio Senator Ron Portman became the latest Republican to publicly criticize the president. Portman saying, quote, the president should not have raised the Biden issue on that call, period. It's not appropriate for a president to engage a foreign government in an investigation of a political opponent.
George,
while others in the party say he was clearly joking. Meanwhile, Senator Lindsey Graham is putting the pressure back on the whistleblowers, saying Trump should be able to confront his accusers.
The whistleblower's allegations are turned into an impeachment article. It's imperative that the whistleblower be interviewed in public under oath and cross-examined.
Sources tell ABC News Democrats have discussed ways to mask the original whistleblower's identity during a potential Hill testimony. And on Capitol Hill Tuesday, Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, will testify before 3 House committees leading the impeachment probe. Sondland was among those on text exchanges discussing dealings with Ukraine turned over to the House. Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, Washington.
And President Trump is also facing criticism over a new issue after the administration announced it would greenlight a plan for Turkey's military to remove U.S.-backed Kurdish forces near the Syrian border. And early voting starts tomorrow ahead of the municipal election on November 5th. Council races and some school referendums will be on the ballots in parts of Indiana. One of the biggest races locally is for mayor of Indianapolis. Incumbent Mayor Joe Hogsett faces Republican challenger Jim Murray.
The Marion County Health Department is offering low-cost flu vaccines at special walk-in clinics this month. 2 will be held tomorrow. One goes from 9 to 11 a.m. at Old Bethel Church on East 21st Street. The second goes from 9 to noon at Southport Presbyterian Church on McFarland Boulevard. The shots cost $20 for adults and children ages 2 to 18. The vaccine is free for children under 2 years old.
We just need more information before we can really just relax and feel safe that this is guaranteed.
5G cell towers are being installed across the country, but at what cost? Why people in one central Indiana community are saying not so fast to the new technology.
And agriculture is a big part of Indiana's history, but the industry is not stuck in the past. Ahead, Hiring Hoosiers goes inside a new education center that's helping students prepare for the future.
One S for just $239 a month.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Tonight, RTV6 is working for you, trying to get answers about these things. You may have seen them where you live.
There's small cell towers for 5G, a new type of cell network technology. Last week, Call 6 Investigate showed you companies like AT&T and Verizon don't have to notify anyone when and where they place 5G towers, and that's not sitting well with some.
RTV6's Cornelius Hawker was in Carmel where the city council heard residents' concerns about the potential health risks associated with 5G cell towers. They want the city council to stop more from going up.
Please help us to avoid involuntary, unknown health risks.
Monday night, Gail Thomas and several others spoke against where these small cell towers have been placed to bring 5G to their community.
Right in front of your home where your children play, kind of at bedroom level. These are all the very serious, considerations that we have.
Gail says she's afraid they could be harmful to her health, her families, and her community.
We have a little bit of information with early indications from 2G and 3G studies that there are links to cancer, but that's 2G and 3G.
Gail tells me she speaks for several people when she says there needs to be more research done on 5G and how it might impact people when those towers are placed on light poles right in their community. CTIA, which represents the U.S. wireless communications industry, says the current scientific evidence available shows there's no health risk with these small cell towers, despite the warning signs on them. Signs Gail showed at the city council meeting. She and the Citizens Action Coalition are asking Carmel to consider a list of recommendations. A pause on 5G cell tower construction, an ordinance requiring anyone building a new cell tower to file with the city so residents can find out where they are, and they want the mayor to join a class action suit against the FCC.
We just need more information before we can really just relax and feel safe that this is guaranteed, that we can know that it's safe.
Working for you in Carmel, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
Well, Carmel City Council did not take any action on this tonight, but say they plan to look into residents' 5G concerns and give the community some answers once they're up to speed.
It took about 5 hours to clean up an interstate mess that may have left the highway smelling like burnt toast. An off-duty state trooper spotted a semi on fire on I-65 about 6 miles south of the Rensselaer exit around 5:40 yesterday afternoon. The trailer was hauling 38,000 pounds of frozen bagels, which were destroyed in the fire. There are no reports of any injuries. Crews closed the right lane of I-65 south until around 1 o'clock a.m. to remove the trailer and clean up the road.
Just needed some cream cheese, maybe? No?
I don't know how much that would help at that point.
Don't want it to go to waste.
Different ending to the story.
I guess so.
All right, let's show you the flyover for tomorrow night. I won't go meticulously through these details. This is on my Facebook page. I'll be mentioning this during the evening newscast tomorrow. But with clear skies and a 6-minute opportunity for the space station flyover, it'll go close to straight overhead. You want to check that out. Temperatures, they're going up the next several days. They'll peak Thursday and Friday, and then you can can see just like I can what happens. It's a free fall into the weekend because of this. This cold front will open the door to much cooler air. They'll have some snow in the Dakotas. Portions of, let's say Kansas City may have some snow, as rain-snow mix, as well as snow in Nebraska. For us, rain and thunderstorms. The timing's still a little in question, but it looks like late afternoon into Friday night. This could have an impact on Friday night football. It'll definitely have an impact on the way you dress by the time we get to the weekend. 70s kind of week, 50s on Saturday. We may even be in the 30s for overnight lows Sunday and Monday. Tomorrow, a nearly perfect day. Temperatures, they'll start in the low to mid 40s. Afternoon temperatures will go from noon at 66 to about 71 or 72. Average high this time of the year, 69. You can see from north to south, we're all very comfortable. The humidity is incredibly low. That will continue to play a role in these temperatures that start very cool but end mild. Wednesday, still tons of sunshine, temperature only of about 75 in the metro area. Some spots a little warmer than that to the south and west, but no big deal. As you go to the weekend, 46 Saturday morning. Saturday's high just 58, still a chance for a lingering shower. Second half of the weekend, 61 degrees, but temperatures start in the 30s. I do think potentially some frost in outlying areas, a possibility as we get to Sunday and Monday morning. We'll keep our eye on that. There's the 7-day forecast put together. I mentioned we started another dry stretch. The next best chance for showers and thunderstorms Friday, leading to the cooler temperatures for the weekend.
They're dropping off too?
Yes.
All right.
Much cooler. All right, Dave, you're up.
In the immortal words of Larry King, Houston, hello. It's a highlight still bouncing around in Kansas City. Justin Houston, the ex-chief, arguably the biggest defensive play. The Colts upset last night. 1-yard loss on 4th down. The Hollywood ending for the now Colts defensive star. A good evening. Really, where do you start with last night's game? The offensive line, superb. Defensive line, stellar. Vinatieri, sublime. There's the 3 S's for you right there. The news not so good for defensive end Kimoko Toure. His injury with just over a minute to go, a broken ankle, out for the season. Frank Reich on the team's conference call today.
Toure is a really good edge pass rusher. He has a knack for getting off the ball, and he has, as what we call, he has this gift. He has this bending gift, right? Not everybody has it that can bend around a corner without losing speed. He really has that. Felt like he was really, his game was continuing to get better and improve. The way he was practicing was good, so really unfortunate for him and for us.
And the bottom line right now, Colts and Texans now tied for first in the division. They meet after the bye week. Can't wait. Don't look now, but the Fuel are about to start another season. We caught practice today at Fairgrounds Coliseum. Most of the team changing from a year ago. All of the players are under 30. In fact, the average age is 25. Doug Christensen is the team's new head coach.
For me, it's about explaining our systems and doing it in a way that guys are going to be able to take it in without overloading them. And, we're going to basically be putting things in over the course of 3 weeks. We have a light game load. We've got, obviously, we had 2 preseason games. We got 2 this weekend and 2 the following week. And so we're going to treat this 3-week segment as training camp, put a lot in, but at the same time, not put all of it in at once.
First 4 games on the road. Their home opener Friday night, October 25th. Well, finally tonight, first and foremost, from the baseball playoffs, Astros and Rays today. Houston has a 1-0 lead when Fort Wayne, Indiana's own Kevin Kiermaier steps up, bats 8th in the Rays lineup, but the Bishop Lures grad with 2 on smacks his 3-run blast as the Rays get it done to avoid elimination, at least for one more day. 10-3 was the final. Astros still lead the series 2 games to 1. And tomorrow, the Pacers not only back from India, they're back to work. We'll check in on the blue and gold.
Long flight for them still.
16 hours. They survived, though.
All right. Thanks, Dave, for that. Have you or your kids ever thought about a career in agriculture? Well, next, how a new facility in Indiana is helping train the next generation of workers in that industry.
And my spirit connects with that.
Tonight in Hiring Hoosiers, an event to help you network in the healthcare field and a chance to make some extra money around the holidays. On Wednesday, Eskenazi Health is hosting a nursing networking career event. It's open to registered nurses and recent RN graduates. There are 2 sessions at 3 o'clock and 4:30. Again, that's Wednesday at the Eskenazi Outpatient Care Center. Best Buy is holding national hiring fairs to staff up for the holiday season. They are happening this Thursday and Friday from noon to 7. You could get hired on the spot. Best Buy is one of dozens of retailers on a hiring spree for the busy shopping season. You can find more job opportunities at hiringhoosiers.com under the Career Resources section. Along with job opportunities, Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you and your family to education opportunities for future careers. Vincennes University is ramping up its agriculture programs with a massive new center for students. I took a tour to learn how students and the entire state can benefit from the university's agriculture programs. In southern Indiana, Vincennes University is proud to open their doors to their new agricultural center, which will house a collaboration of innovation for the future of Indiana's agriculture industry.
We've got people coming and asking to say, hey, do you have any graduates? We need workers. You might want to turn it over to the other side.
Susan Brocksmith is the agribusiness program chair at Vincennes.
We're seeing more jobs needed in the agricultural industries when you consider 1 out of every 5 workers is working in agriculture in some way, whether you're talking the food industry, the trade industry, or just getting things done in that. So we're seeing that as far as continuing to move forward, and the specialty areas. This is measuring the amount of nitrogen in the leaf.
She is looking forward to preparing her students here in this new learning facility.
Wanted to bring all our ag programs together, as well as get our cutting-edge technology up to date so students getting out can be employed and have those latest skills they need.
This new facility is housing 5 agriculture programs at Vincennes University, one of them being the John Deere Agriculture Tech Program, which is only one of 16 in the U.S., exposing students now to the exact tools they will be using in the workforce.
Every year, the university has about 150 students that come here to learn the latest technology. The next generation of agriculture professionals are preparing in the classrooms and fields now for the challenges posed by climate change, an uncertain economy, increased use of automation and technology, and a massive transfer of land and resources from the baby boomer generation.
We're seeing that we've got to increase the students because we need them in industry to do the functions with the technology that we're going to be able to offer that's going to help us even more.
This professor of agribusiness says although technology is removing certain jobs from the industry, it is also creating many new jobs for the future that are going unfilled.
Even though computers and the technology is there, we have to have the people that can help us with that technology, because it's such a vast array that we need more people to help, even though, like you said, the industry is stable, but we need more workers.
And Vincennes students will also have access to cutting-edge laboratories, Purdue's Food Safety Hub, a greenhouse, and bee colonies. To learn more about the agriculture program, go to hiringhoosiers.com.
Toyota, let's go places.
Blue needs you to help him become a Hall of Famer. The Colts mascot is in the running to join the Mascot Hall of Fame in northern Indiana. Fans can vote once a day through Saturday. The 10 mascots receiving the highest percentage of votes will move on to a final ballot later this month. The inductees will be announced on December 11th. You can find a link to vote by going to theindychannel.com and clicking on this story. Blue.
Yeah, and
Boomer.
Boomer's also.
He's got some competition.
Boomer's also in this. Yeah. So you got 2 votes.
But Blue shakes his hips like nobody else can. You ever seen that? Yeah.
Oh, we know where your allegiance lies.
What? Yeah, but Boomer comes from the ceiling.
That's true, too. He's got some skills.
Nitro and Rowdy, I'm talking to you. We're going to be there someday.
I'm going to stay unbiased on this one.
45 or so in the morning.
45 or so.
Or so.
All right, that does it for us here on a Monday.
Shaking.